continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people at home and abroad, and thank you for tuning in to Adrian College Television's live stream coverage of the ACHA. We got a good one in store. It's a rematch from last year's playoffs, as it's going to be the Arizona State University Sun Devils taking on the Adrian College Bulldogs. Hi again, everybody. Trey Matthews, your play-by-play announcer. The puck has been dropped. Flutters over to the near side for Shaw. She will tiptoe the puck below the goal line. Over to the far side corner, wrestling for it. Sun Devils in black trying to work and get out of their defensive end. Scoots it back into neutral ice. Streak racing for it. Here's Peterson, collects it. Sharp angle in front of Ettinger. Swats it away. Shaw with a shot once again, and it goes off the leg pads of Ettinger. Back into neutral ice for the Sun Devils. Tries to drop it on back to Murphy. Whacks at it. Goes back into the possession of Allison Shaw. Skating all alone, needs some help. Bops one below the goal line. Wrestling for it. Back into neutral ice. 2-on-1 breaking out. Here come the Sun Devils. Far side faceoff circle, and it bounces on the back end wall. Rimmed around. Searching for it is Peterson. Dropping on back. McCarrow with speed. She's greeted by Kristoff. Scoots her off the puck over to McKenna. Draper. Wood coming in on the forecheck alongside Wiltshire. McCarrow gets control of the biscuit. Now into neutral ice. Here comes Ring. Backhands the puck on in into the defensive end for the Bulldogs. Back into neutral ice. Whacking at it. And it slips below the goal line of Ettinger over to Dora Venus. Rims it around, pass intended for Polson. Out in front. Knocking at it once again. Stitt trying to keep the offensive attack alive. Polson is there. Wiltshire is there. Puck is pinned on the near side half wall. 2 minutes have come and gone here inside Arrington Ice Arena. Polson gets control of it. Forster keeps it on sides. DeZandy wraps it around. Bryan and Ettinger makes a save, so we get our first pause of action. Now, as I said before, I'm Trey Matthews, your play-by-play announcer. Did you miss me? Because I missed you. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I was the play-by-play announcer for the Bulldogs women's D1 team from 2019 to 2022. After I graduated from Adrian College, I attained my master's degree from Arizona State University, and I was their play-by-play announcer for 2 seasons. The opportunity to call this game was too good to pass up. Miranda steers it around into neutral ice. Bulldogs look to break on out. Here's Robinson on the far side. Gets a shot on Ettinger, and Ettinger just knocks it over to the near side wall. Smolinski passing it toward her right. Goes below the goal line once again for Robinson. Whacking at it, goes off the blocker of Ettinger. Losing control of it is DeZandy. Bagnall. Looking to go off and running. Brown racing for it alongside Smolinski. Chugs her way to the puck, tries to get a shot on net. There on the rebound, trying to collect the loose change is Murphy. And the puck is knocked over to the near side half wall. Squeezed on free, Powell gets control of it. Trying to pass it over to Murphy. Bulldogs are there to bother the attack attempt. Smolinski alongside Eagleson. And the puck is wrapped down to the other side of the rink. Streak racing for it, and icing is negated. So Streak will take control of it, taps it over to McKenna, back over to Streak. Powell gets control of it, up ahead to Brown, and it bounces on the back end wall towards the right of Riley Jesse Girelli. Into neutral ice once again for the Sun Devils in black. Pitches up ahead, pass intended for Draper. Bulldogs there to bother the attack attempt. Kristoff stretching it over in front of the bench. McCarroll wrestling for it. Trying to tap it on loose. Steers it below the goal line. Sun Devils have control of it. Intercepted. Turnbull tries to go off and running. Kicked on free. McCarroll trying to collect the garbage, and it scores back at the neutral ice for Shaw. Everybody from the Bulldogs has to come back and reset. Kristoff takes control of it. McCarroll steers her off the puck momentarily. Slides it back into neutral ice. Morris. Now here's Turnbull. Looking for an opening. She will probe. Wraps it around. Swanson pinned onto the boards. Stitt gets control of it with the shot. Ettinger makes the save. While we have a brief pause in the action, let's meet the starting goalies for both respective teams. In net for the Sun Devils is Quinn Ettinger, the Bull from Chi-Town. She has a record of 7-4-2, a 2.37 goals against average, a .928 save percentage, and she has recorded 2 shutouts so far this season. And then Riley Jesse Girelli is in net for the Bulldogs, a transfer student from Western New England. She stands 6'1", leads the CCWHA in wins, and her record is 11-1. She has a 1.76 goals against average, a .921 save percentage, and has recorded 1 shutout this season. Off and running. Here comes Paulson. Looks for an open lane. Bulldogs there in the nick of time to make sure that Paulson didn't get a shot on net. Far side boards once again. Sun Devils looking for their first shot on Riley Jesse Girelli. So far, Bulldogs have 5 shots on Ettinger. DeZandy kept it on sides momentarily. Chugging her way to the puck. Here's Stitt. Gets pinned into the boards, goes below the goal line. Sun Devils looking to get it out of their defensive end. Chipped on loose. Sun Devils taking their time below their netminder of Ettinger. Quarterback in the offense was Bagnall. Back over to Bagnall. Glides into the trapezoid. Bulldogs look to set up shop. Pass intended for Shaw in the high slot. Trying to go backdoor, and it skitters below the goal line. Bulldogs trying to take their time, and unfortunately, they whacked it weakly below the goal line of Ettinger. Lavelle stretches up ahead. Laybolt lost the foot race. Puck was a little too hot to handle. Pinned onto the back end wall. We're almost halfway done with period 1. Ward got control of it. Bounces over to the far side faceoff circle. Murphy wrestling for it. Trying to go backdoor. And there's the first shot on Girelli. She makes the save, and that will stop action. Adrian is 2-0 all-time against the Sun Devils. And the Sun Devils are also looking for their first goal against the Bulldogs. In both matchups, they got shut out 5-0. These two teams met last year at the ACHA National Tournament in round 1. Slides back into neutral ice for the Sun Devils. McKenna, the captain, on the near side wall. Chops it on loose. Eagleson. Puck bounces below the goal line. Icing negated. Shaw will collect it. Shaw quarterback in the offense for the Bulldogs. Over to Eagleson. Gregory lost her twig. A little bit of a yard sale happening here inside Arrington Ice Arena. And it looks like we're going to see our first penalty of the game. It will go on the Sun Devils, so their roster will shrink by 1. Kylie Brown will sit for the next 2 minutes. and interference is the assessment. So for the first time this evening, we will see a team on the power play. And as we all know, the Bulldogs can be dangerous on the man advantage, so the Sun Devils got to do whatever it takes to kill off this penalty. And I beg your pardon, we're actually going to get 4-on-4 hockey. So Smolinski is also in the box for 2 minutes. She and Brown got tangled up. I thought they would just call it on Brown, but we got 4-on-4 hockey. So neither team is in the power play, but neither team is at full strength either. McCarrow skating all alone, drops it on back. Forster, a couple steps in. With the shot, goes a little too far wide of the cage. Swanson nudges it back into neutral ice. Morris collects it. Forster taking it past the blue line. Searching for an open lane below the goal line. Streak chops it on loose, and it hits the safety net. 1:17 remaining in 4-on-4. So Smolinski was dinged for cross-checking, and then Brown was given a minor penalty for interference. That's why we have 4-on-4 hockey for the time being. Kristoff spun around over to the far side wall. Polson gets tangled up. Sun Devils looking to break on out of their defensive end. Polson past the red line. Miranda is there to greet her. Polson sweeps it over to the far side corner. Banks it on the near side. Olsen slides it up ahead. Racing forward is Powell. Gets control of it. Demanding for it is Kristoff. She'll get it from Powell. Couple steps in. She will probe. Try to take it into the high slot. But the Bulldogs are there to pop the puck on free. 25 seconds remaining in 4-on-4 hockey. Almost a costly turnover right there. DeZandy tangled up alongside Williams. Laybolt has control of it now. 10 seconds remaining. Shaw flips it below the goal line. Circles it around. Shaw takes control of it, and now we are back to 5-on-5 hockey here inside Arrington Ice Arena. Shaw on the left point. Couple steps in, unwinds for a shot, tries to redirect it out in front alongside Williams, came up empty. Out in front, Laybolt collects it for the Sun Devils. Ladles the puck up ahead, skittered off the twig of Breanne Powell, so it'll float down to the other side of the rink, and icing negated once again since Powell got a weak twig on it at center ice. Marching her way in, Barrowmeyer into the trapezoid. Couple bodies start to hit the floor. Barrowmeyer once again spins it around. Far side corner. Sun Devils elect to go for a change. Gregan kicks it on loose. Up ahead to Villiard. Slides down to the other side of the rink. And no icing by the linesman. That was a late call. And Ettinger was a little ticked off. Playing again, hot potato. Villiard collects it with the shot out in front. Nobody is there to collect the loose change. Sun Devils tightrope out of that snafu. Murphy up ahead to Kylie Brown. Wrestling for it alongside Forster. Murphy there to help her out. Goes below the goal line. Now in front. Back into neutral ice for Powell. Just knocks it on into the defensive end for the Bulldogs as she peels off. Eagleson kicked on free. Now here's Rhea Peterson. Stomping her way in, goes too far wide for Ettinger to do anything with it. Eagleson is there to bail her out onto the near side faceoff circle. Kicking at it in the high slot, Swanson, she's there. A little more than halfway done with period one, still no score here inside Arrington Ice Arena. Draper has control of the puck now. Pitches up ahead to Swanson. Taking her time. Onto the near side corner. Spins it around. Miranda. Pinned onto the back end wall. Who wants possession of it more? Jabbed back onto the Bulldogs of Adrian College. Goes below the goal line. Smolinski. Back into the trapezoid. McCarroll hounding in the slot. Having great net front presence to begin this game. Pitchforks the puck over to Ettinger, and she makes a simple leg pad save. Bagnall. Over to Ring. Taking her time. Paige Ring was the WWCHL MVP during the playoffs last season. Seeing more playing time in year 2, as the first half of her freshman year, she was a little sick, came down with an illness, so she didn't play in as many games as I'm sure she would have liked. Williams lost control of it. Pulsing. Chugging her way in. Goes off the paddle of Jessie Girelli. And she elects to land onto it to stop action. 6:44 remaining in period 1. Not many stoppages to begin this game. Once again, last time these two teams met was in round 1 of last year's ACHA tournament. Adrian shut out the Sun Devils 5-0, and as we all know, the Bulldogs won a few more games afterward and became national champions for the first time in program history. McKenna in neutral ice. Took it up to the red line, but no further. Lassoed around over to Shaw. Gregan. Taps it up ahead. Into neutral ice. Dumps it. Spun around over to the near side wall. McKenna has control of it once again. Wiltshire wrestling alongside her. Morris skating around in neutral ice. Laybolt. Stitt. Here comes Robinson. Tries to shove the puck into the slot. Bulldogs were there to jog up the lane. Offsides warning assessed to the Bulldogs, so the Sun Devils are able to collect the puck with ease. Brown has control of it. Dorovinus banks it on the near side wall. Back at the defensive end for Dorovinus. Jessie Girelli's hand went up into the air, but icing negated by the linesman. Sauces up ahead, goes back to the Sun Devils. Murphy whacking at the puck. Peterson racing for it, lost the foot race. Wiltshire trying to bail her out. Flung around, now into neutral ice. Banks it on the far side boards. Sun Devils collect it. Circles it around. Now into neutral ice for Smolinski. Bounces back at the defensive end for the Sun Devils. Dorovinus is there. Nice to see Jess Dorovinus back out there playing more consistently. She missed all of last season due to a lower body injury. Below the goal line, over to the far side corner. Shot goes a little too far wide. McCarroll, near side faceoff circle, unwinds for a shot, whiffed at nothing but air. Reyes is there to help her out. Squeezes the puck on loose. Shot from Ward up top. Goes back to the near side boards for the Sun Devils. Powell wrestling for it. Lost control of it. McCarroll kicks it back deep into the defensive end for the Sun Devils, and Adrian elects to go for a change. Into neutral ice. Pass intended for Ring. Here's Smolinski chugging her way in, trying to barrel her way through traffic, and Ettinger makes the save. Word of advice for the Bulldogs, don't underestimate the Sun Devils. This is a program that has already upset a few higher-ranked opponents, including McKendree and Midland University. last year during the national tournament. They almost defeated the first-seeded Liberty University Flames. Sadly, the Sun Devils fell short in overtime despite having the lead late in the third period. Almost shocked the entire ACHA. Quinn Ettinger had to make 70 saves in order to give her team a fighting chance. Below the goal line, wrapped around. Less than 5 minutes remaining in the first period. Shot, short side. Ettinger squeezes it and holds on to it. Some extracurricular happening in front of her net. Nothing doing. Referees separate the two parties. Both teams are on winning streaks. ASU is currently on a 3-game winning streak, and Adrian has won 6 in a row. So whose winning streak will get snapped first at the conclusion of this game? Face-off drawn. Powell pitchforks the puck up ahead. Gregan keeping the offensive attack alive. Now Polson with speed. One person to beat. That's Shaw. And Shaw just bops the puck on free. Polson searching for it once again. Biermeyer. Left side half wall. It is jammed. Rifles it back into neutral ice. Tipped on loose. Draper has control of it. Taking it just past the red line. Bulldogs playing extra aggressive. Stitt. Up ahead to Villiard. Falls onto the ground, and Ettinger whacks the puck away. Powell into neutral ice. Goes below the goal line. Streak. Pinned onto the boards. Jabbed on loose. Bounces below the goal line over to the near side. Ring can't get full grasp of it. Morris over to Forster. Swanson takes it deep into the attacking end for the Sun Devils. Unfortunately, they can't get full grasp of it. Knifing at it. Goes back to the Sun Devils with ease. That's Kristoff. Pass intended for Ring. Now she gets control of it, but Peterson is there to poke the puck on free. Morris has control of it. Wrapped around over to Miranda. Below the goal line. Trickles over to the far side corner. Eagleson collects it. Sun Devils wrestling her down to the ground. 1 minute remaining in the first period of play. Peterson trying to help out her teammate. Eagleson gets back on her own feet. Squeezes it free. Shot. Doesn't even reach Ettinger. Biermeyer. Far side wall. Back into neutral ice. Ward has control of it. Passing over to the near side wall. Gregory banks it on the near glass. Kristoff has control of it. Lost it momentarily. Miranda backhands the puck on in. Couldn't do anything with it. Sun Devils searching for it. Bryan. DeZandy. In the high slot. Can't unwind for a shot. Miranda looking for one final shot once again. Playing a game of hot potato, and Ettinger lands onto it to make the save. 4 1/10 of a second remaining in the first period. Sun Devils will tightrope out of that snafu, but the Bulldogs were pressing hard. Face off on the near circle. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and triple zeros have hit the board. That's all she wrote for the first period. Not much happening between both teams to start this game. Both have goose eggs, but the Bulldogs are dominating in the shots category, 16-4. Sun Devils have got to try to get their offense going and help out their netminder, Ettinger. I'm going to step aside here on Adrian College Television. Trey Matthews, your play-by-play announcer. Don't go anywhere. Second period is coming up.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth, introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time that you will always look back on as special years. Never experienced before you arrived today and never replicated after you graduate.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Welcome to Adrian, Michigan. We're located in a proud college town. Adrian College is situated just 45 minutes from Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Toledo. We're very excited to show you just a little bit of what AC has to offer. This is the gateway to our campus. Welcome to the place that we believe will change the rest of your life. AC features one of the most well-rounded educational experiences in the country. We offer over 60 different academic majors and 10 academic institutes, as well as dozens of student organizations. Year after year, we've been ranked as one of the nation's best colleges, including being one of the most innovative institutions in the U.S. for our medical programs. Our campus is simply beautiful. Our student-to-faculty ratio is an incredible 13 to 1. That means more attention for you and a much better overall learning environment. We know how to put together an education that is life-changing, and these are just some of the highlights. From our communication arts program, to our many performing arts, to the home of business on campus, to our sciences and medical studies, we have the spaces where you can grow into the professional that you want to become. Our first-year student experience is award-winning. You'll make lifelong friends here, meet mentors, and maybe even meet that special someone. The Kane Student Center is open 24 hours a day, and there's a lot going on here. The Bulldog Beanery has all of your hot drinks. Pause and Go is our on-campus convenience store. The bookstore is where you'll get all of your Bulldog gear, and you can just hang out and study in the skyboxes. Not far away is the Shipman Library. The Shipman has quiet, relaxing spaces for you to study in. You can check out books from thousands of libraries around the country, and the Shipman is open 24 hours as well for your convenience. There are hundreds of learning opportunities on campus. In addition to the arts and beautiful facilities, Adrian College is known for its athletic programs. There is nothing like a Saturday game day here in Adrian. The Bulldog football team are 11-time MIAA champions. At Docking Stadium, fans watch soccer, lacrosse, football, and more. Just a few hundred yards away, Adrian College's basketball teams compete. In addition to basketball, fans can enjoy wrestling, acro and tumbling, and volleyball here. We also have a state-of-the-art weight room available to all of our students. When things heat up too much on campus, you can cool off with our ice sports. Our NCAA ice hockey teams are constantly battling in the national playoffs. Just a quick walk down the service drive, we feature one of the best baseball and softball programs in the nation at our level. Soon you'll be able to cross the street and watch men's and women's rugby take to the pitch as well. Our rowing, crew, and top-ranked bass fishing programs compete out of the Adrian College Boathouse, a gorgeous facility just a 15-minute drive north on Devil's Lake. Our students know how to relax in their downtime. When they're not out and about, we have dozens of housing options on campus. With apartments right in the mix of things, you can pick what works best for you. We've also recently renovated a few of our housing options. Adrian College is a Methodist-affiliated institution that has been changing lives since 1859. The modern liberal arts education offered by our faculty is unrivaled. We can't wait to have you on campus and show you around. Visit adrian.edu to schedule a full campus visit today. We'll see you soon.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
You have earned the right to be here through endless nights of studying, testing, writing, and dedication to learning. The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences, and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Now, as you face the world outside this academic haven, the concept of courage must not be left behind in your textbooks. It should be as alive in you today as your ambition to change the world for the better.
We were all born to be a Bulldog. Life drew us to this school, these people, and this tiny town. You were meant to be here to make a difference and to grow within yourself for the better. But what does it mean to truly be a Bulldog? Well, to scratch the surface, the students of Adrian College are anything but ordinary. The pride, grit, perseverance, and passion is absolutely unmatched. Good luck and congratulations, class of 2024. And know that today is yet another Bulldog victory.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
Welcome back to Arrington Ice Arena for the start of the second period. Players are replenished, refueled, and rehydrated, ready to begin the middle frame. Trey Matthews, your play-by-play announcer. We are in snowy Adrian, Michigan. I don't think the Sun Devils are used to this type of temperature, hailing from Tempe, Arizona, where there is no snow in sight in the desert. Ettinger had to make 16 saves in the first period to keep the Bulldogs at bay. Both teams still have a goose egg in the scoring column. We'll see what happens as the referees are about to drop the puck to begin this period. Murphy wins the draw. Label. Powell lost control of it. Eagleson sweeps the puck below the goal line. McKenna has control of it. Over to Label. Up top for Shaw, trying to keep the offensive attack alive for the Bulldogs. Powell has control of it. Banks it on the near side wall. Label shovels the puck up ahead. Eagleson. Over to Gregory. Far wall. Saucers the puck back into neutral ice. Peeling on back is Murphy. Eagleson trying to hound her. Kicks at it, goes back to McKenna. Pitches on the near side boards, and that will be an icing as Gregan got there in the nick of time. She reached the hash marks first, so we head back down to the other side of the rink with a face-off, 19-14 remaining in period 2. Only a handful of icing calls in the average hockey game, originating in the 1930s when the Boston Bruins and the New York Americans would just repeatedly blast the puck down the rink just to irritate one another. League officials had to create the rule saying, hey, you guys, knock it off. That's not how we play the sport of hockey. So you can thank the Boston Bruins. They're certainly around, but the New York Americans, no longer an NHL franchise. As the puck went out of play, 19:04 remaining in period 2. Don't miss Cameron Marlowe live at Adrian College on March 21st as part of his Keeping the Lights On tour. General admission tickets are just $50 and AC students get in free. Grab yours today at adriancollege.hometownticketing.com. Let's fill the house and keep the music going. That's March 21st, Cameron Marlowe at Adrian. Left side half wall. Bulldogs kick it on free, up top. Too much traffic in the lane, didn't even reach Ettinger. Peels on back into neutral ice for Morris. Banks it on the boards. Ring lost control of it. McCarroll pitchforks the puck deep. Peels off as the Bulldogs elect to go for a change. Below the cage of Ettinger. Ring tries to get full grasp of the puck, unable to do so. Sun Devils have control of it. Odd man rush breaking out, 2-on-1. Golden opportunity for them to score. Unwinds for a shot. An excellent save by Jessie Girelli. I would say that's the toughest save she's had to make so far in this game. 18-11 remaining in period 2. Both teams are still scoreless. It's drawn. Wiltshire takes it up to the blue line. Into the high slot, whacking at it. Sun Devils collect it. Now back into neutral ice. Putting on the brakes. Sliding on down is Brian. Punches it loose. Back into neutral ice. Biermeyer trying to slow down the Bulldogs. That's Wiltshire. And a pass goes horribly awry back in the defensive end for the Bulldogs. Below the goal line for Reyes. Up ahead to Villiard. Swiped away. Sun Devils with the shot. Goes in and out of the trapper of Jessie Girelli. Back into neutral ice for the Sun Devils in black. McKenna lost control of it. Tried to put the dance moves on. Streak has control of it. Bops it on loose. Shaw unwinds with a shot. Goes off the leg pads of Ettinger. Pillowed away. Knifing it back into neutral ice. Sun Devils look to go back on the attack. Shot goes into the trapper, and Jessie Girelli makes another save. That was Kristoff on that shot for the Sun Devils. It took them a while to get some shots on Jessie Girelli in the first period, but the Sun Devils have generated a couple of good looks on the Adrian netminder. I beg your pardon. Kristoff up top. With a shot, tries to redirect it alongside Powell, comes up empty. Goes below the goal line. Murphy jabbing at it. Spun around over to the near side wall. Powell taking her time, unwinds for a shot. Knocked away. Here's Eagleson. Takes it into the attacking end for the Bulldogs. Kristoff trying to get control of it. Eagleson swipes it right back. Eagleson in a bit of a mess. Needs some help to get out of the jam. Below the goal line, into the trapezoid. Up top once again for a Bulldog. Shaw with the shot, and it ricochets over to the near side corner. Banked on the near side board. Powell with speed. Brown in the slot. Shot goes a little too high of the crossbar. Jessie Girelli got her glove up, and it skittered off of the trapper. Out in front, trying to collect the loose change, and they score. Bulldogs crack the egg first. They go up 1-0. So Nalia Wood, hounding on the doorstep of Ettinger, puts the Bulldogs up 1-0 here inside Arrington Ice Arena. Just muscled out in front, and Wood just kicked it on in. Face off at center. Wood wins the draw once again. In front of the penalty boxes. So the Sun Devils are on the outside looking in. Bulldogs looking to extend their winning streak to 7. Defensive end to Zandy. Near side wall. Back over to Morris. Pass intended for Forrester. Back into neutralize. Here's Stitz once again. Bulldogs locking it down. Here's Ring. Near side into the slot. Pass intended for Bagnall. Back into neutralize for Wiltshire. Take it just past the red line, up to the blue line, but no further. Run around over to Bagnall. Peels on back in the defensive end for the Bulldogs. Icing is the assessment. Ward got there in plenty of time, so we head down to the other side of the rink with a face-off. 14:31 remaining in period 2. Adrian on top of ASU by a score of 1-0, thanks to Nalia Wood. Backhands the puck below the goal line. Bagnall pops the puck on free. Pass intended for Polson. Short side, now out in front with the shot once again. And Williams was right there on the doorstep of Ettinger. Unfortunately, she couldn't find an opening. That could have been costly for the Sun Devils, but they tightrope out of that situation. Polson looking for control. Knocks down a couple of Bulldogs players. Jabbed back into neutral ice. ASU with the shot. Goes a little too far wide. Below the goal line, Murphy there on the forecheck. Streak with the shot. Now over to Laybolt. Street. Shot goes below the goal line once again. Smolinski is there. Pops the puck on free. Back over to Bagnall. Now into neutral ice. Laybolt lost control of it. Here's Robinson. Shot and paddled away by Ettinger. Shaw. Far side wall. Allison Shaw and Tess McCarroll are co-captains for this Bulldog team. They are the successors of Kirsten Horney and Erica McDonald. Far side wall once again. Streak. Whiffs at it. Villiard. Pausing. McKenna lassos the puck around. Near side corner for McKenna once again. Now here come the Sun Devils. Olsen banks it on the near side wall. Peels off. Wholesale change for the Sun Devils. Gregan has control of it now. One of the many seniors on this roster for the Bulldogs. Powell. Looking for an opening, and she's knocked off the puck, goes back to the Bulldogs in white. Here's Reyes. Saw an open lane, Powell pestering and hounding her. Kicks it on loose. Murphy. Tries to maneuver her way through traffic in neutral ice. Sent away. Kristoff. Battling alongside Eagleson. Spun around. Brown. Lofts the puck back into neutral ice. Now here's Murphy. Looking for an open lane. Toe drag with the shot. Goes too far wide of the cage. Eagleson collects it with ease. Up ahead to Peterson. Into the trapezoid. Gregory jabs it on loose. Out in front once again. And unfortunately, Gregory got turned aside. Net front presence. Near side boards. Ring. Looking for control of it. And for the first time this evening, the Sun Devils will go on the man advantage. Tripping is the assessment. And this is a golden opportunity for ASU to try to tie this game and get the equalizer goal. Chloe Gregory was dinged for tripping, so she will be out of commission for the next 2 minutes, and the roster shrinks by 1 for Adrian College. Face-off drawn, and immediately it's blasted down to the other side of the rink. That will kill some time. McCarrow searching for it, lost it. Bagnall slides over to the far side. And Streak lost control of it. Goes below the goal line, takes it below her netminder, Ettinger. Racing forward to Swanson alongside Shaw. Far side boards. Less than 90 seconds remaining in the man advantage for the Sun Devils. They haven't generated anything on Jessie Girelli. Streak, shot, waffle boarded away by Jessie Girelli. Knocked down to the ground, we play on. Ring went tumbling onto her stomach. Now here's Stitt. She scored 4 goals in the previous matchup against Michigan State University. Less than a minute remaining in the man advantage for the Sun Devils. Still haven't generated much of anything. Banks it on the near side wall. Slides back in the defensive end. DeZandy has control of it. Looking for an open lane. There's time for one final push for the Sun Devils to try to get something going on the power play. But the clock is not their friend. Morris popped on free. Pass goes horribly awry off the twig of McKenna. Blasted down to the other side of the rink. That'll kill some more time. Wiltshire tiptoes her way to the puck. DeZandy pins her on the back end wall. 5 seconds remaining in the power play for the Sun Devils. Powell has control of it. Can't knife her way through traffic. Gregory checks back into the game. So we are back to 5-on-5 hockey here inside Arrington Ice Arena. Goes below the goal line for Forrester. Spun around over to Morris. Off the twig of Robinson. Dorovinus looking to set up shop in the defensive end for the Sun Devils to go back on the attack. ASU searching for answers, kicked on free. Here's Laybolt coming up the gut. Took it up to the blue line, but no further. Bunch of Bulldogs players greeted her like bees on honey. Below the goal line. Up top once again, Dorovinus, couple steps in. Unwinds for a shot, out in front. Dorovinus is looking for her first goal as a Sun Devil. She's in year 3, but remember, she did not play at all last year due to an injury. Robinson with the shot, rifles it on in, goes off the chest protector of Ettinger into her trapper. She makes the save, 7:56 remaining in period 2. ASU is the second-ranked team in the nation, having a record of 25-3-3. Sun Devils, 11th ranked, having a record of 10-5-2. Looks like the referees are tending to Ettinger, just making sure her equipment is okay, and also her net. Face-off drawn, goes below the goal line. We are a little more than halfway done with period 2. Sun Devils generated a couple of good looks early on in the period. Unfortunately, shots have just been tough to come by right now. Murphy up ahead to Powell. Grazed off her twig. Powell regains control of it. Sends it below the goal line. Powell with the shot. And it goes a little too far wide. Sun Devils can smell it. They are so close. Just looking for some luck to go on their side. Peterson wrestling alongside Powell. DeZandy bounces on the back end wall. Bagnall gets control of it. Lassos the puck around. Glides back into neutral ice. Now back into defensive end for the Bulldogs. That's Gregan. She's greeted by Ring. Went off the body of Ring. And now a 2-on-1 breaking out. Swanson over to Ring. And unfortunately, Ring could not receive the puck. And Bagnall went for a bit of a tumble thanks to Allison Shaw, but no penalty will be assessed. We play on. Turnbull on the near wall. Lofts the puck on in. Goes below the goal line. ASU is down but not out. All they need to get is one. Adrian College looking to get the insurance goal. Forrester wrestling for it. Falls down onto the ground. These teams are being very physical right now. Streak with the shot, and it ricochets off the body of Stitt onto the near side corner. 6:05 remaining in period 2. Jabbed on loose over to Forrester. Pass intended for Robinson. And this time we'll get a quick pause of action. Sun Devils will pay the piper on that previous possession. And roughing is the assessment. So Paige Bryan will sit for the next 2 minutes. Roster shrinks by 1 for the Sun Devils. And that's certainly not what they want as the period is winding down and they're looking for their first goal of the game. Not just that, they're looking for their first goal ever against this Bulldog program. Third matchup, and the Sun Devils have never scored on the Bulldogs. Near side shot. And the Sun Devils blasted down to the other side of the rink to kill some time. The first time these two teams met back in 2019, Dana Colombo was in net, walked away with a shutout. Last year during the playoffs, it was Chloe Burt. Stitt wrestling for it, goes over to Shaw. Tiptoes her way in onto the near side faceoff circle. Shaw will probe, looking for an opening. Rifles it herself, bats it on down. Shaw collects her own miss. Stitt down low, looking to go back door. Lost control of it, and it's pinballed on in by Adrian College. Bryan will check back into the game, but it's at the expense of sacrificing a power play goal. Williams will be credited with that goal. Bedlam on the crease of Ettinger. She was searching for it, unfortunately, couldn't locate the puck. And now the Bulldogs have a 2-0 lead to work with, and there's 5:08 remaining in period 2. The lead is not insurmountable for the Sun Devils, but they got to try to get something going. Ettinger into the trapezoid. Near side wall. Backhands it up ahead. Smolinski whiffing at it. Back in the defensive end for ASU. Glides it over to Miranda. Now here's McKenna, the captain, all alone. One person beat. The shot. Oh, man. Great deke by Ellie McKenna, but she couldn't finish. Golden opportunity to cut the lead in half and get that goal back. Unfortunately, the Bulldogs tightrope out of that snafu. Far side corner. Back into neutral ice. Lifts it up ahead. Peterson. Smolinski. Pass intended for Eagleson. Racing for it. Into the trapezoid. Whacking at it. Flutters back into neutral ice for Forrester. Banks it on the near side wall. Streak has control of it. Eagleson is there on the forecheck. And unfortunately, Eagleson got a little too trigger happy with her stick. So she is going to be dinged with a penalty with 3:46 remaining in period 2. So Kiara Eagleson will be out of commission for the next 2 minutes. And here's a good chance for the Sun Devils to try to cut the lead in half. Face-off drawn. Immediately rockets the puck down to the other side of the rink to kill some time. Goes below the goal line over to the far side corner. 1:45 remaining in Eagleson's penalty. Into neutral ice. Pass intended for Swanson. Right in front of the penalty box where Eagleson is serving time. Ring. Penetrates on in. Drops it on back. Swanson out in front with the backhander attempt. Jabbing at it. And the Sun Devils get handcuffed once again. Referees will blow the play dead. Jessie Girelli, full starfish onto her stomach to make the save. Now, even though this is the third meeting ever between both these programs, there is a connection of some sorts. Dana Colombo is often regarded as one of, if not the best goalie in program history. After her senior year, she committed to play for the Sun Devils for what was supposed to be her 5th year. Unfortunately, once the pandemic hit in 2020, it changed her course of action. Jill Ketchum, who was the captain for ASU last year, began her collegiate journey at Adrian College. However, she played for the NCAA team under Sean Skelly. Unfortunately, due to a back injury, she never suited up in a game for the Bulldogs and ended up transferring to ASU shortly before the 2020 pandemic, similar to Dana Colombo. Referee's hand goes up into the air. A couple bodies hit the floor. Ettinger comes racing off the ice. So we're going to get 5-on-3 hockey for the next 30 or so seconds. Stitt touches up the puck, and Eagleson will get a friend in the sin bin. Stitt taking the slow walk of shame to the box. Fresh 2 minutes on the board for her. And similar to Eagleson, she got a penalty for tripping. If you're ASU, you got to try to capitalize on this one. 5-on-3 advantage. 32 seconds remaining in Eagleson's penalty. Unfortunately, they don't win the draw, so that's going to make things a little tricky as the puck is blasted down to the other side of the rink to kill some more time. Streak has control of it. Onto the far side corner. Ring racing up ahead. Near side half wall. Spits the puck below the goal line into the trapezoid. Jessie Girelli didn't even see the puck. Goes down to the other side of the rink. Eagleson checks back in the game. So the Bulldogs regain one player, but for the next minute 25, they're still on the PK. Rifles it down to the other side of the rink. Pillowed away by Ettinger. Into the trapezoid once again. Short side. Looking for the shorthanded goal. Gets negated. Sun Devils looking for an opening. Streak. Near side for Bagnall. Looking to set up shop. Some fresh power play legs for the Sun Devils. Polson. Far side half wall, looking for some help. Powell can't knife her way through traffic. Got 1 minute remaining in this period. 35 seconds remaining in Stitt's penalty for tripping. Squirts back into neutral ice. Everybody from the Sun Devils has to come back and reset. Here's Powell, unwinds for a shot. And Jessie Girelli didn't even need to make a save. Went way too high at the crossbar. Murphy, couple steps in, takes it herself, trying to go backdoor. They score! So for the first time in program history, the Sun Devils have scored on the Bulldogs. Stitt will check back into the game, but it's at the expense of sacrificing a power play goal. Oh, captain, my captain, Ellie McKenna, welcome back to Michigan. Cuts the lead in half. You knew it was coming. Sun Devils were hounding, searching for an answer, and they finally got it. McKenna spent a lot of her time in Detroit playing for both the Little Caesars and Belle Tire hockey programs. And as we all know, Belle Tire and Little Caesars, they have produced a decent amount of NHL talent, including Wings captain Dylan Larkin and Zach Rowensky. Bulldogs looking for some payback. Pass intended for Smolinski, went too far of her twig. Battling for it below the goal line. And triple zeros have hit the board. That's how we end period 2. A lot more goal scoring in this period. Bulldogs still lead 2-1 going into the second and final intermission. Can the Bulldogs get the insurance goal and extend their winning streak to 7? Or can the Sun Devils get the equalizer goal and come away with another upset victory this season? We're going to have to wait and see. I will step aside here on Adrian College Television. Trey Matthews, your play-by-play announcer. Don't go anywhere.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth, introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time that you will always look back on as special years. Never experienced before you arrive today and never replicated after you graduate.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Welcome to Adrian, Michigan. We're located in a proud college town. Adrian College is situated just 45 minutes from Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Toledo. We're very excited to show you just a little bit of what AC has to offer. This is the gateway to our campus. Welcome to the place that we believe will change the rest of your life. AC features one of the most well-rounded educational experiences in the country. We offer over 60 different academic majors and 10 academic institutes, as well as dozens of student organizations. Year after year, we've been ranked as one of the nation's best colleges, including being one of the most innovative institutions in the U.S. for our medical programs. Our campus is simply beautiful. Our student-to-faculty ratio is an incredible 13 to 1. That means more attention for you and a much better overall learning environment. We know how to put together an education that is life-changing, and these are just some of the highlights. From our communication arts program, to our many performing arts, to the home of business on campus, to our sciences and medical studies, we have the spaces where you can grow into the professional that you want to become. Our first-year student experience is award-winning. You'll make lifelong friends here, meet mentors, and maybe even meet that special someone. The Kane Student Center is open 24 hours a day, and there's a lot going on here. The Bulldog Beanery has all of your hot drinks. Pause and Go is our on-campus convenience store. The bookstore is where you'll get all of your Bulldog gear, and you can just hang out and study in the skyboxes. Not far away is the Shipman Library. The Shipman has quiet, relaxing spaces for you to study in. You can check out books from thousands of libraries around the country, and the Shipman is open 24 hours as well for your convenience. There are hundreds of learning opportunities on campus. In addition to the arts and beautiful facilities, Adrian College is known for its athletic programs. There is nothing like a Saturday game day here in Adrian. The Bulldog football team are 11-time MIAA champions. At Docking Stadium, fans watch soccer, lacrosse, football, and more. Just a few hundred yards away, Adrian College's basketball teams compete. In addition to basketball, fans can enjoy wrestling, acro and tumbling, and volleyball here. We also have a state-of-the-art weight room available to all of our students. When things heat up too much on campus, you can cool off with our ice sports. Our NCAA ice hockey teams are constantly battling in the national playoffs. Just a quick walk down the service drive, we feature one of the best baseball and softball programs in the nation at our level. Soon you'll be able to cross the street and watch men's and women's rugby take to the pitch as well. Our rowing, crew, and top-ranked bass fishing programs compete out of the Adrian College Boathouse, a gorgeous facility just a 15-minute drive north on Devil's Lake. Our students know how to relax in their downtime. When they're not out and about, we have dozens of housing options on campus. With apartments right in the mix of things, you can pick what works best for you. We've also recently renovated a few of our housing options. Adrian College is a Methodist-affiliated institution that has been changing lives since 1859. The modern liberal arts education offered by our faculty is unrivaled. We can't wait to have you on campus and show you around. Visit adrian.edu to schedule a full campus visit today. We'll see you soon.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
You have earned the right to be here through endless nights of studying, testing, writing, and dedication to learning. The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences, and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Now, as you face the world outside this academic haven, the concept of courage must not be left behind in your textbooks. It should be as alive in you today as your ambition to change the world for the better.
We were all born to be a Bulldog. Life drew us to this school, these people, in this tiny town. You were meant to be here to make a difference and to grow within yourself for the better. But what does it mean to truly be a Bulldog? Well, to scratch the surface, the students of Adrian College are anything but ordinary. The pride, grit, perseverance, and passion is absolutely unmatched. Good luck and congratulations, class of 2024. And know that today is yet another Bulldog victory.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
On the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth, introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time that you will always look back on as special years. Never experienced before you arrive today and never replicated after you graduate.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
welcome back to Arrington Ice Arena for the start of the third and final period of regulation. It's about to go down. Sun Devils came into town, and right now they trail the Bulldogs by a score of 2-1. They scored their first goal against the Bulldogs for the first time in program history. Previous 2 times they played one another, Adrian walked away with a 5-0 shutout in both respective matchups. Referee's calling everybody to center ice. Adrian looking for the insurance goal. Sun Devils looking for the equalizer. Peterson and Murphy at center ice. Wrestled for it, kicked by Powell. Back over to Peterson. Drops on back to Eagleson. Gregan spins it below the goal line. Flutters it over to the near side corner. Eagleson is there. Pitches it below the goal line once again. Powell. Brown was going off and running. Kylie Brown, all of her points have come via a goal. She does not have an assist this season. So KB, more like JG, just goals. Puck went flying into the bench, so that will stop action with 19:22 remaining in the third and final period of regulation. Talked about Ellie McKenna spending a lot of her time in Michigan, playing for both Belle Tire and Little Caesars, but Kylie Brown is actually a Michigan native. She grew up in Garden City, and she also played for Belle Tire, similar to Ellie McKenna, so this is a homecoming of some sorts for both McKenna and Brown back in the mitten. Far side boards, kicked on free. At center ice, Swanson shoves the puck up ahead. Forrester collects it below her netminder. Jessie Girelli has seen 16 shots, and she has made 15 saves. DeZandy looking for an opening. Turnbull came in on the forecheck. Villiard up the gut. Far circle, looking for some help. Whacking at it, ran out of room. Spits it on free. Stitt trying to redeem herself. There on the back check. Pops it on free. Nice work by Bagnall. Stitt picked up a penalty late in period 3. She spent time in the sin bin alongside Kiara Eagleson. And while Eagleson's time expired, Stitt was still sitting in the penalty box, and Ellie McKenna scored on the power play. In the high slot, Sun Devils got to try to clear it. Pillowed away by Ettinger. Near side wall, Miranda slides it to the other side. In the high slot once again, finds the back of the net, and the Bulldogs get their 3rd goal of the game. That was trouble for the Sun Devils. They couldn't clear it in front of Ettinger. And Stitt, picking right back where she left off against Michigan State, collects another goal, and she redeems herself from the previous period. Sun Devils trail by 2 once again. Shaw near side, kicks it on free. Far circle, back into neutral ice. Trying to drop it on back, McKenna has control of it. Slides it back into neutral ice for Shaw. Everybody from the Bulldogs has to come back and reset. Billiard over to the far side boards. Into the high slot. Goes below the goal line. Shaw lets one rip, goes over to the far side corner. Up top for Gregan, over to Shaw, near circle with the shot, dies out in front of Ettinger. Unfortunately, she couldn't get full grasp of it. Offensive attack still remains alive for the Bulldogs. Shaw over to Gregan, she will probe over to the far circle. Shot, ring-a-ding-ding, went off the post, hit iron. McCarroll drops it on back to Shaw. Flings it below the goal line. lassos it around. Shaw has been keeping the offensive attack alive over at the left point. Shot finds its way into the trapezoid over to Peterson. Taps it on free. There's some tired Sun Devils out there. They got to clear the puck and go for a change. Shaw keeping the offensive attack alive once again. Flutters below the goal line for Robinson. Spun around. Olsen. Bulldogs putting full pressure on the Sun Devils, looking a little lethargic right now. Squeezed on free. Biermeyer. Forrester with the shot. Skitters off the equipment of Ettinger. Leibold. Going below the goal line. Wood. She scored the first goal of the game for the Bulldogs back in period 2. Pinned onto the left side half wall. Draper. Biermeyer. Sun Devils lost control of it once again, now into the high slot. Banks it back into neutral ice, and finally they could go for a change and get some fresh bodies out there. Saw Draper trying to go off and running, but to no avail. Kristoff lost control of it. McCarroll comes racing for it. Greeted by Dora Venus, drops on back for Forrester, and she scores. Great work, great setup by Tess McCarroll, the captain, and Forrester puts the puck on in. 4-1 in favor of the Bulldogs. Tess McCarroll, one of the all-time great players for this Bulldogs program. She is now 1 assist away from breaking the program record for most assists all time. Kaylee Hardy is ahead of her with 88. Worth mentioning, McCarroll is the all-time leader in games played, followed by Wood and Peterson. And McCarroll is just a few points away from surpassing Kaylee Hardy for most points in program history. She recently surpassed Leah Williams not too long ago for second. So the Sun Devils have their back against the walls, down by 3. Near side for Smolinski. Hand goes up into the air by the referees. And it looks like we're going to see a high sticking call. A little more than 6 minutes have come and gone here inside Arrington Ice Arena. No, 5 minutes, I beg your pardon. That's terrible math. That's why I'm a broadcaster. Smolinski heads back to the box once again for the second time this evening. So for the Sun Devils, they're looking for some momentum. This is game 1 of many that they will play here in Michigan. Set to play the University of Michigan tomorrow, then Grand Valley, and then U of M Dearborn. Knocked on free over to the far side board. Stitt has control of it. Bodies hit the floor. McKenna. She has scored the only goal for the Sun Devils so far this game. Kicked a hip ahead. Goes below the goal line. 90 seconds remaining in the man advantage for the Sun Devils. However, they haven't really generated much. Shaw takes her time with the shot. Goes off the chest protector of Ettinger. Shaw whacking at it. Into the high slot. Goes back to ASU. Murphy taps it up ahead. Swanson taking her time. Unloads for a shot. And Jessie Girelli makes the save. And that will stop action. 13:42 remaining in period 3. Stay connected with all the action by following Adrian College TV on social media. From game highlights to campus events, we've got you covered. Don't miss a moment. Follow Adrian College TV today. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, and subscribe on YouTube. We're going to get another face-off. One minute remaining in the man advantage for ASU. Slides it on down. Near side, Brown rifles it. And Jesse Girelli makes the save. .50 seconds remaining in Smolinski's penalty for high sticking. Face off on the glove side of Jesse Girelli. Streak. Couple steps in. Lays it up ahead for Brown. Now over to Swanson. Draper has control of it. 30 seconds remaining in the power play for the Sun Devils. Trying to center out in front for Brown. Unfortunately, too much traffic in the lane. Back into neutral ice. Bounces back into the defensive end for the Sun Devils. 15 seconds remaining in their power play. They got to hurry if they want to make something out of it. Brown can't barrel her way through traffic. Banks on near glass. And that's all she wrote on the man advantage for the Sun Devils this time around. Smolinski will check back into the game. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey here inside Arrington Ice Arena. Shot on the far circle. Lane clogged up, didn't even reach Ettinger. Miranda, left point, couple steps in with the shot. Ricochets out in front. Jabs it back into neutral ice. Bagnall knocked off the puck. Ward spins it around. Catapults the puck back into neutral ice. Bryan couldn't do anything with it. Over to Stoddard. Chipping at it on the near side corner. Below the goal line. Nudged on free. Laybolt. Far corner. Almost halfway done with period 3. Bulldogs on top of the Sun Devils 4-1. Near wall for Miranda. Banks it. Kristoff. There on the back skate. Dorovinus slides it up ahead. And icing is the assessment. Miranda won the foot race. Don't know about that one, but we're going to head back into the defensive end for the girls in black. 11:16 remaining in period 3. Now, both these teams have lost a big-time scorer. Sun Devils lost Anita Fleming, who led the team in goals last season. And that's the second year in a row in which the Sun Devils have lost their leading scorer prematurely. First was Mason Walker after the 2022-2023 season. On the other end, Bulldogs lost Macy Piche, who was the national tournament MVP last year. Glides it back into the defensive end. There's Wood. McCarroll looking to help her out. Wrapped around. Far wall. Bounce back into neutral ice. Finds the twig of Shaw. Goes below the goal line over to the near side corner. Drops on back to Bagnall. Into the defensive end, over to Shaw. Murphy couldn't get Lumber on it. Shaw takes it below the goal line. Powell there on the forecheck. Here comes Shaw. Tapping at it. To Zandy. Out in front. Pinballs the puck back over to Paige Ring, the WWCHL MVP from last season. Ring gets shoved into the boards, and it goes back to Allison Shaw, the co-captain for this Bulldogs team. The thing about ASU is that last year they played in the WWCHL. In fact, they won the championship. That punched their ticket to Nationals, as an icing is assessed to the Bulldogs. So we head back down to the other side of the rink. Adrian's going to have to stay put with what they got. This year they are independent, and the goal for that was to face tougher competition. And I talked about it earlier in the broadcast, which is the Sun Devils have come away with a few upset victories, including against McKendree and Midland University. They're trying to improve their ranking so that way they can be better prepared for the national tournament. Out in front. Keeping it on sides, McKenna. Reigning national champion Bulldogs, not making it easy on them. Far side corner. Popped on free. Goes back to the girls in white. 3-on-2 breaking out. Numbers for the Bulldogs. Here's Morris. Taking her time. Drops on back. Poked on free momentarily. Ettinger locates the puck. Lands onto it. They'll stop action. 9:06 remaining in period 3. Sun Devils looking for some sort of momentum to go their way before they play the University of Michigan tomorrow night at Ned Yost Arena. Out in front, bobbled on free. And offsides is the assessment. You can hear the groans of the faithful here inside Arrington Ice Arena. They don't agree with the call, but nonetheless, we will get a face-off in neutral ice. Onto the near side boards. Lavelle lost control of it. Over to Olsen. Feeds it up ahead. Goes back to the Sun Devils. Banks it on the near side wall. Lavelle scoots the puck up ahead. Grazed off the twig of Laybolt. Far side wall. Falling down to the ground. Shot. Rifles it over to Ettinger. She makes the save. Quinn Ettinger has established herself nicely for this Sun Devils program. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, she made 70 saves in an elimination game against Liberty University. That game went into overtime, and the Sun Devils almost came away with a huge upset victory to knock off the national champions. Unfortunately, they came out on the losing end, and they had a chance to win. They had the lead late in the third period. But Ettinger still made 70 saves to give her team a fighting chance, and she was also featured in ESPN for her valiant effort. Back into neutral ice. Murphy taking her time, looking for an opening. Skates on back, puts on the brakes momentarily. Paddled up ahead. Gregan has control of it. Takes it below Jesse Girelli. Back into neutral ice. Up ahead to Ring. Shaw, near side corner. Gregan pops it on free. Near side, over to Shaw. Rolls it back. One-timer shot with Ring. Goes horribly awry. Back into the trapezoid. Ring searching for it. Drops on back to McKenna. And McKenna will slide it down herself into the slot, but nobody was there to try to redirect the puck on in. McCarroll feeds it up ahead. Putting on the brakes is Turnbull. Goes below the goal line. More than halfway done with period 3. The clock is not ASU's friend right now. Into neutral ice, Forrester. Drops on back. Kicked on free. Banks on the near side for Turnbull. Now over to Stitt. Racing with speed, goes below the goal line. Puck is pinned. Spun around. Forster tries to keep it on sides. Goes back to the Sun Devils, squeezed on free. There's Murphy. Tries to bat it up ahead. Goes back to Ettinger. She makes the save, lands onto it. Ettinger has seen 37 shots and has made 33 saves. Now, the Bulldogs won the national championship for the first time in program history last season. You could say it's been a long time coming. They've had a lot of good players come in and out of their program, including Leah Williams, Hunter Boscher, Tanya Candido, Kirsten Horney, Dana Colombo, you name it. Unfortunately, they could never get over the hump, and now finally they hang a banner inside Arrington Ice Arena. Obviously, people will have their opinions as to what happened, but I'll let you be the judge of that. Here comes ASU with the shot. They score! Top shelf! Where Mama hides the cookies. Rest in peace to the late, great Rick Jenneret. Sun Devils cut the lead in half. You saw Label, welcome back to the lineup. Off and running. Now there's 5:43 remaining in the third and final period of regulation. The Sun Devils are going to have to work quickly and make sure they set up some good ozone pressure on the reigning national champions. Bounce back at the defensive end. Glides it down to the other side of the rink. Shaw will get there in plenty of time. Icing is the assessment, so we head back down to the defensive end for the Sun Devils with a face-off. 5:28 remaining in period 3. Lots of teammates between Bulldogs and Sun Devils who participate in the FISU Winter World University Games in Italy. For the Sun Devils, you had Sydney Paulson, Ellie McKenna, Quinn Etinger, Lula Swanson, and Kylie Brown. And then for the Bulldogs, Mackenzie Villiard, Riley Jesse Girelli, and Gianna Miranda. So once teammates in Italy, now in the heat of battle against one another. Bulldogs lead the Sun Devils 4-2. 5:15 remaining in the third and final period of regulation. Shaw with the shot, ricochets out in front. Villiard over to Gregan, trying to go back door, comes up empty. Pass intended for Draper. Unfortunately, she's going to lose the foot race with Gregan, and the Sun Devils ice the puck once again, so we head back down to the other side of the rink with a face-off. 4:54 remaining in period 3. Far side wall. Now back into neutral ice. Sun Devils have an extra pep in their step after the Label goal. Shot. Tries to go back door. Nobody was there to collect the loose change. Eagleson flips it up ahead. Into neutral ice now in defensive end for the Sun Devils. Far side face-off circle. Back into neutral ice. Offsides warning assessed to the Bulldogs. So the Sun Devils collected with ease. Forrester up ahead. Chopped on free. Paulson bats it on the near side wall. McKenna. Biermeyer. Back over to the Bulldogs in their defensive end. Sun Devils looking for a quick goal to cut the lead to 1, and I'm sure they're going to pull Etinger at some point to get the extra attacker to make things go quicker. Lavelle goes for a bit of a tumble in neutral ice, gets back up on our own willpower, and we play on. Far wall. Back in the defensive end for the Bulldogs. Turnbull has control of it. Wood swiped away. Label getting some lumber on the puck. Squeezed on free. Spun around. Far circle. Bats it on the back end wall. Lavelle tries to scoop the puck up ahead. Lost control of it. DeZandy goes below the goal line. Near circle. Up top. Tries to flip it on in the high slot. Shoot away by Etinger. Fell onto her back. Gets back up quickly. Smolinski with the shot. Ricochets out in front. Couldn't find a sliver of daylight. This time Etinger lands onto the biscuit to stop action with 2:36 remaining in period 3. Shots on goal differential 39-22 in favor of the Bulldogs. Face off on the far circle. Smolinski lets one rip, goes high at the crossbar. Into the trapezoid. Sticked back into neutral ice. And offsides is the assessment. Smolinski got a little too antsy. Ahead of her was Williams, and that will stop action with 2:21 remaining in the third and final period of regulation. Sam Murphy is the all-time leader for the Sun Devils in goals, assists, and points. Polson is right behind her in the assist category. Murphy is in her senior year, looking to add to her totals a lot more. Wrapped around by Gregan. Now to neutral ice. Shaw has control of it. Murphy over to Williams. Could be trouble. Finds an open lane with the shot out in front. Etinger looking for the puck. Lands onto her stomach. She makes the save once again. Quinn Etinger coming up clutch for the Sun Devils, but what else is new? Near circle. Left side half wall. Goes below the goal line. 90 seconds remaining in the third and final period of regulation. Gregan goes below the goal line. Trying to chop at it. Squeezed on free. Flings it back into neutral ice. Streak is there. Sun Devils trying to go on the offensive attack so that they could pull Etinger, but there's 1 minute remaining. Peterson takes it below the goal line. Near side corner. Streak. Forster with the shot. Feeds it up ahead to Polson, a little too hot to handle. Polson racing alongside Forster, and icing is the assessment. Forster just barely beat Polson to the puck. 35 and 7/10 of a second remaining. Face off on the far side face-off circle. Bulldogs can see the finish line. Up top, Forster, couple steps in, spins it around. Sun Devils trying to kick the puck on free. Ryan lost control of it. Out in front. Forster, Peterson. Flings it below the goal line over to the near side corner. 3, 2, 1, and triple zeros have hit the board. And that's how we end this game. The Bulldogs come out victorious by a score of 4-2. They extend their winning streak to 7, and the Sun Devils see their modest 3-game winning streak snapped. Still, it's only game 1 of many for the Sun Devils as they are making their trip around the great state of Michigan, playing all sorts of teams, trying to improve their ranking. And the Bulldogs trying to defend their title. So both teams will come to center ice to shake hands as a sign of good sportsmanship. And as for the broadcast, my entire broadcasting team here at Adrian College Television, thank you for having me back. It was a great honor, and it was so much fun to be the play-by-play announcer for not only the Bulldogs, but also the Sun Devils. It's what shape-shifted my career up to this point, and I've had one great ride. So one final time here at Arrington Ice Arena, Trey Matthews, your play-by-play announcer, signing out for probably the final time here on Adrian College Television. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Good night.